Hey YouTube, it's Will from Will Development, and today I'm going to talk about the pre-World's Strongest Man. I actually had to do a little bit of research because the only name I really knew of in terms of strongman was Eugene Sandow. And the only reason I knew about him is because, first and foremost, I'm a bodybuilding fan. And Eugene Sandow is basically the grandfather of modern day bodybuilding. He was ripped and strong. But in my research I did come up with some other names and some other pretty neat little feats that I thought would make a pretty neat little video before I get into the World's Strongest Man era. Before there were even names, there were more traditions when it comes to strongman, or when it came to strongman. Things like stone lifting and things like the Highland Games did exist back then. They just had different names for these different competitions to see who the strongest man was, and even competitions to see if you could be called a man. And as I mentioned before, Eugene Sandow sticks out as a really prominent name in the strongman community because he was ripped and strong as fuck. I mean, lots of his feats included him doing things that nobody of the time could have done, and even today, very few people could do. Other names that stuck out when I was doing my research were names like Arthur Saxon and Angus MacAskill the Giant, who was basically considered a giant. He was over 7 feet tall and used to do crazy cool shit like picking up boat anchors. And then I came across a name that I totally recognized, which was Thomas Inch. And the reason I recognize this name is because Thomas Inch is the man who invented what's called the Inch dumbbell, which is a overhead dumbbell press that is still used today in things like the Arnold Classic, as well as the World's Strongest Man competition. The chief difference between an Inch dumbbell and a standard dumbbell is the Inch dumbbell was so heavy on either side with such dense metal that Thomas Inch actually had to make a handle that was almost 3 inches in diameter in order for the handle to not bend when he picked it up. As I recall, the real dumbbell only weighs 175 pounds, but because of the style that it is, it's a much more challenging lift than, say, picking up a dumbbell at your local gym and pushing it overhead. Like I said, this video is going to be a pretty short one, mainly because I don't know that much prehistory when it comes to before World's Strongest Man competition, which is the basis for this entire video series. To me, if you never won World's Strongest Man, it doesn't mean you're not a strong man. It doesn't even mean you're not an amazing strong man. But there is an honor that comes with winning that particular competition. And with that in mind, I wanted to pay homage to the people that paved the way for strongman and strongmen of today. And it all started before that competition even existed. If you don't pay your respects to those guys, then what's your excuse?